Here's a story from a distant star about a planet called Zaponia, where the people cried and shook with fear as the land was dry and the end was near. On an urgent mission to put it right, brave young Ziku, day and night, searched through space till in view came a spinning world of green and blue. Welcome to Ziku's Earth Adventure! And this is where it all begins in a world of science and earthling friends.
Good morning, Galactic Ballad lovers. The latest news from the Twin Stars intergalactic trio is that a new love song starring an exploding supernova and a nebula from 3 million light years away caused the largest space jam in millennia. The inspirational lyrics brought space travel to a halt on the 719 Lightway when all Starship troopers were found weeping at their stations. We interrupt this report for a special transmission from Zaponia. Prime Counselor Zed Zandor calling Pod Controller Ziku. Calling Ziku. Come in, Ziku.
Ziku? Ziku? Come in, Ziku! Where is that girl?
Zodi, Zandor. Sorry I'm late.
Zodi, Ziku? Now what on earth is that?
This is a bucket. Bongi had an emergency, so I had to help him out.
Emergency? That sounds serious. What happened?
There was no water in the house, so we had to go get water down the road to use in the house. This is what we used to transport it in. Although, I think it could make a handy hat. See?
That looks interesting. Could make a fashion statement on Zaponia. Which brings me to your mission for today.
Zap it to me, Zandor!
Find out how people on planet Earth get their drinking water.
Zoki dokie, mission in progress. Over and out, Zandor. Zillion, time to activate Zoom. She must locate sources of drinking water and send back any information she can on how they save water. I'll speak to my Earthling friends and see if they can help. See you soon!
Immediately, Pod Controller Ziku. Zoom.
Zoopity zoom zoom.
Ah, there you are. Yes, you're off on a mission. You will need to locate drinking water sources. Yes, and see if you can find out how they save water.
Hey Ziku, what are you doing with that bucket on your head?
I think it looks pretty cool. What are you doing?
I'm just about to have a cool drink. Our tap is working again.
That's my new mission. I need to find out where you get your drinking water from and how to save water.
That's easy. We get water from the tap. Look, here's the tap. I open it and there's water. And here's your cool drink.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Hello, Ziku. What were you and Bongi talking about?
Bongi was just telling me where you get your drinking water from. It's amazing. I'll tell Zandor to import a few of those taps to Zaponia. You just open them. Like magic. Water.
Yes, well, that's not exactly true. Every glass of water has a story to it. The water in this tap was brought to this place through pipes that are buried underneath the ground. And the tap didn't work early on this morning because of a pipe burst up the road. That's why I went to go watch them fix it.
Where do the pipes come from?
From the water treatment plant outside of town.
Zillion, can you please send Zoom to the water treatment plant to see what she can find out?
Certainly, Pod Controller Ziku. I already have some information that she brought in. Receiving your information loud and clear, Zoom. Well, it looks like there's a lot of water on Earth, Zoom. Salty, so they can't drink it. Ziku wants you to go to the water treatment plant on the edge of town.
Where does the water come from that goes to the water treatment plant?
From a dam, Ziku.
What is a dam?
A dam is like a container for water.
Like a
Yes, only much bigger. The water in the dam comes from rivers and streams that flow into it.
Where do the rivers and streams get water from?
Well, they start on the mountain where there's rain, but I think you should go and visit Professor Green. He knows a lot more than I do.
Great idea, Mbali. Been meaning to check up on him. Ziku Cam activated. Zoom, see you at Professor Green. Bye! Zowdy, Professor. Long time no see.
My dearest little Zico, I thought you just popped out of one of my experiments.
I just popped in to ask you about water, Professor.
Oh, water. Good old H2O.
Mbali said that water comes from the mountains, in rivers and streams, and end up in a dam, from where it goes to the water purification plant.
Exactly. Now, I have just the model for it to illustrate it perfectly, if only I could find it. I did have it around here somewhere.
Is this it, Professor?
Excellent. That's it. Now, you can give me a hand. First, I'm going to remove the top of our model. We don't need the clouds for the moment. Now, let's start with the dam. Look very closely. Here's the dam.
Yes, and here's the river that brings water into the dam.
Correct. Now, we see that the streams bring water from the hills and the mountains into the river. And the more streams bringing water to the river, the bigger it gets. There. And when it rains, even the little streams can become very dangerous from all the water rushing down them. So, we'll put the lid back on our model and have our clouds back in. There. So, the streams bring water from the rain that falls up here. And the rainwater runs into the streams when the ground is very wet. Now, if the ground is dry, then the water just soaks into it. And when water soaks into the ground, we call that infiltration. And sometimes the water just runs off the surface. And we call that runoff. That's why it's good to have grass and other plants growing in the soil. It helps to slow down the runoff and protect the soil from erosion. Now, some of the runoff water also goes into the streams.
How does the water end up in the tap?
Now you can't just drink any water that you see. It has to be cleaned first.
Where does this happen?
At a water treatment plant.
Cillian, download Zoom cam footage for access.
At your service, Starship Trooper.
Well done, Zoom. The water treatment plant. Well, here.
How does the water get to the water treatment plant?
Well, under the water, at the bottom of the dam, a very large pipe allows the water to flow from the dam into the pipes that lead into the water filtration plant. When the water comes in, it is mixed with chemicals in very large tanks, which cleans it. We can also clean the water by filtering it. And when water is cleaned in this way, then it is ready for drinking. And no one will get sick from drinking this water. And through a pipe at the bottom of the dam, the water then is led to our taps.
Thank you, Professor, for all the information. This really helps my investigation a lot.
Oh, that's very good. I wish you wouldn't disappear like that. Where was I with my experiment?
Welcome back, Ziku. I have an excellent record of your visit. I used all the information to make a diagram.
The water purification cycle. The rain falls down and forms streams and rivers. The water from the rivers flow into the dam. From the dam, it goes to the water treatment plant, where it gets cleaned. The cleaned water is then transported through pipes into our homes. So when we open our taps, we get clean drinking water. If we play that backwards, we can see that there is quite a story behind that glass of water. Just looking at all these things is making me thirsty. But first, I must report back to Xandor.
Ziku calling Xandor. Come in, Xandor.
Zowdy, Ziku. Oh, not wearing a bucket today.
Zowdy, Xandor. The Earthlings don't seem to think that this bucket works well with my spacesuit. Anyway, I've got a lot to show you today.
Well done. Zap it to me, Zillion.
We have found out that the Earth has more water than we have at home. But some people are worried that water supplies are running short because there are so many people on Earth. This is a flow diagram to show how water gets from where the rain falls to where it is used by people in the towns.
There's still some information I need to find out. Where does the water go that infiltrates or soaks into the ground? When rain falls from the sky, does it mean that there'll always be as much water as Earth people need? Or what does it mean when people say water is a human right?
Well, this has been a very successful mission so far, Ziku. Congratulations. Over and out.
Good night, Xandor.
Zoe! Mission accomplished. Sehr soon, Zillion. Sehr soon.
Good night, good Earth. Good luck, brave Zarponia.